Well, hello again, it's Leah. Just thought I'd make a new video. I haven't done one in a little while. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about relationships. Relationships as pertains to being a cross-dresser. Now, one of the things I'm going to say right off the bat is I'm not going to talk about how to reveal yourself to your significant other. There are plenty of videos out on YouTube already for how to do that, and each situation is different. You have to decide what works for you. What I'm talking about is relationships that you form as your female persona. Okay? Now, when I started out here, I was quite literally in the closet. I have a walk-in closet here in my house. That's where I dressed and tried out new things. When I finally got enough courage to go out into the world, it was nervous and nerve-wracking, but it was a lot of fun. I then attended the Keystone Conference in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I would really suggest that you think about doing that. It's going to be the end of March next year, and look on online, keystoneconference.org, and check it out. When I went there, I had a wonderful time and made a lot of good friends. And out of that, I think there's 4 women from the conference that I have gotten a lot closer to. There's also another woman in my life who's not affiliated with Keystone, a genetic girl, Gigi, who I've also shared with. So I want to tell you a little bit about each one of them to hopefully give you some thoughts about how to relate to other people when you're cross-dressing. First of all, human beings naturally want to congregate together. We're a social animal. And especially being a cross-dresser is both exhilarating and nerve-wracking at the same time. When you first start out, there's the excitement of doing it, but yet there's possibly some shame associated with it, some nervousness, some fear that you'll be found out. Well, that's all real, and I'm certainly not going to downplay that. It's very real. However, as you do it more and more, it's much more enjoyable if you have someone to share it with. Now, those of you out there watching this who have significant others who know that you cross-dress and accept it, you're way ahead of the game. I'm fortunate I have a spouse who accepts my cross-dressing. She doesn't always go along with it all the time, but she accepts it. I know a number of people who cross-dress whose spouses do not go along with it, and some whose spouses have no idea that they cross-dress. Again, your situation is different. What I'm talking about is finding individuals that you can share this enjoyment with. Some people call it a hobby, some people call it a compulsion, for some it's a sexual release. Again, all sorts of people. I want to tell you about the 4 women I met at Keystone. 2 of them are in transition. They are going from male to female. 2 of them are only cross-dressers, and that's all they want to be. It's interesting. The 2 women who are cross-dressers, we met at Keystone. We've since then exchanged emails, telephone calls. We've gone out to lunch together, dinner once or twice, and just like 2 normal women would do, had a lot of fun together. We share tips about clothing and jewelry, information on sales, just the normal everyday exchange that 2 friends would do. It feels wonderful. It's great to actually have somebody who accepts you, who accepts me as Leah, and who is able to enjoy that and share, and I accept them as their persona. They have different situations. One, the spouse knows and is supportive. The other, the spouse doesn't know and is not supportive. So they're in different situations, and I try to sympathize with their daily struggles and be supportive. It's a lot of fun. The 2 women that are in transition are a little bit different. I have no desire to transition. All right, I'm really enjoying being Leah, dressing as Leah, coming across as Leah, relating to people as Leah. I have no desire to stay as Leah full time. But my 2 other friends, they are in the process of actually transitioning, and by a year from now, they will be living full time as women. From their perspective, they're looking at this more as a lifestyle change and as a core identity change. And I have to respect that, and I do respect that. And it gives us a different perspective and a different dynamic when we go out. Again, these two women, I've gone out to lunch and dinner with them. We email and chat on the phone. We talk about stuff like my other two cross-dressing friends, clothing, jewelry, sales, and such. But with the two transgender women, there's a lot more talk about what really motivates them to do this, how they feel, their emotions. And I find that I can relate to them, I can be supportive of them, and it helps me understand more what it is that drives us to express a feminine side. These two women not only want to express their feminine side, they want to live it 24/7, and they will be. They show great courage and great insight in themselves, and I find that our relationships with those two women is a lot deeper. Sorry, English is my Spanish too. A lot deeper than the relationship I have with the two cross-dresser women, because we talk much more about inner emotions, inner feelings, and what really drives us to do this. Now, before we go any further, I know that some of you out there are looking at me and saying, well, that's all very nice, Leah. I'm so glad you have friends in the cross-dressing area who are transgender friends. Me, I'm holed up and in a relationship where I can't reveal myself. I have to just be hidden all the time. What can you do for me? Well, sweetheart, I don't know what to do for you. All I can tell you is what my experience is and see if that works for you. For those of you out there who are very restricted in how much you can dress and where you can dress, the fact that you're sitting here watching this video online tells me you have access to the internet, you have the ability to go online. I would highly recommend, I've said this in some of my other videos, there's a great site online, it's called Crossdresser Heaven, CROSSDRESSERHEAVEN.com. You can join at the basic level for free, and there's a chat room there. There are various topics such as introductions, daily living, fashion and style, other stuff. You can post and have exchanges with other people. This will help alleviate any sense of isolation you have and get you connected with other people. I've made a number of acquaintances online with that site as well. So if you actually sign up for it, you'll find me out there, Leah Santini, and I'll certainly be wonderfully happy to talk to you on that site about anything you're interested in. Finally, I wanted to tell you about my friend who's a genetic girl, Gigi. She and I have been friends for probably 25 years. She recently found out her husband was leaving her and was devastated. So I was there for her. I've been trying to be supportive, help her through this, and listen to her sympathetically. What's very interesting about this relationship is, number one, she knows me as both a man and as a woman. And she said that I'm the only person she knows who could express sympathy from both sides, both viewpoints. Viewpoint as a man and viewpoint as a woman. So it's a very interesting situation with us. And I think you'll find that if you find people who care about you and you can relate to when you're cross-dressing, that will also come into play. You can show them the viewpoint from both sides. And the more I dress, the more I'm able to understand and comprehend a woman's viewpoint on things. It's wonderful. It really helps me out on my male side as well. Anyway, again, I get rambling on here. I hope this isn't too long or isn't too boring. Feel free to comment in the comments section. Send me notes about what you think. Feedback. Check out Crossdresser Heaven and see if you want to join that. Message me there. We can talk back and forth. It's an ongoing journey, ladies. We're walking it day by day, and each day is a little different than the other. So anyway, I'm going to stop now and say this is Leah saying, be true to yourself, sweethearts. Bye-bye.